Hi everyone, in this video we're going to talk about how to make a residual plot. And this is actually probably the most difficult thing that we do in the calculator the whole year, is making a residual plot. So either you're watching this as the chapter is going on, or you're watching this as a review at the end of the year because you forgot how to do this. So let's look at how this works. I've got a list of data in, and you're going to need a couple tools already. You're going to need the line and the plot already made here. So here's my stat plot and here's my equation. I already made the equation, the regression line. I don't want the line there on the graph, so I'm actually going to turn it off by going over and highlighting the equal sign and hitting enter. And you'll notice the equal sign isn't highlighted anymore, and that's because it's turned off. So if I go to my graph, now the line doesn't show up anymore. All right, so we want to turn this into a residual plot. And the way I'm going to do that is to create some new lists. So remember, a residual is observed minus predicted. All the residuals are observed minus predicted. So I want to use the lists to have it just generate all of the residuals for me. And then we're going to make a graph with the residuals. So let's see how that works. Observed minus predicted. Well, the observed y values are right here. Here they are. Here's the y values that we observed and got the data points for. So this is my observed. I already have it. For my predicted, what do I do to get the predicted values? Don't memorize a bunch of button presses to do this, or you're going to forget it every time. Think about what is happening in the equation. How do we get predicted? Well, we get predicted with the equation of the line. So I want to know, when I plug in these numbers for x, what do I get out for y? And remember, our shortcut to do that is to go vars over to y vars function y1, and to say y1 at a specific value. And what do I want to plug in? I want to plug in all the x values. And where are the x values? Well, the x values are over in list 1. Okay? And this is almost to a level of like computer science. It's thinking about what you want to communicate to the calculator. What exactly do you want the calculator to do? Well, you want it to take all the x values, which are right here, and plug them into the equation. Hit enter. Here it comes. There's all the predicted values. There's what y would be in the equation when x is 1, when x is 2, when x is 3, and so on. So here are my predicted values. And so we want one more list here, which is going to be the residuals. So our residuals are going to be subtract observed minus predicted. Where's observed? It's in list 2. Again, don't memorize it in terms of lists. Memorize it in terms of, oh, it's observed minus predicted. Here's where observed is. Here's where predicted is. I'm going to subtract them. There's my residuals. And these are going to be the y values, what I want on the y-axis of the graph in a residual plot. So I'm actually going to change my plot. I'm going to go second over to stat plot. Remember, list 4, here's all my residuals. Here's what I want y to be. So I'm going to go to stat plot, and the thing I'm going to change is that I still want the x values to be the x values, but instead of the y values being the y values, now they're going to be the residuals, which were in list 4. Zoom 9. There's my residual plot. So please go back and follow along with these steps and make sure you can get this same residual plot. And make sure that you're practicing these as we're doing these some of these scatter plot problems. Try and make a residual plot with the data that they give you, if they give you some data. Again, this is one of the hardest, this is probably the hardest thing we do in the calculator all year. But that's all that I have for you for now. I'll talk to you next time.